Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have a very special video for all the other young mums or youngish mums out there. We know that motherhood can be challenging, especially when you're just starting out and just getting used to everything. So we've gathered up the top 10 life-changing tips and tricks for being a young mum today. Tip number 1 is to establish a routine as soon as possible. I know that the first 3 months of a baby's life, their routine is all over the show, and that is totally fine. Don't put too much pressure on them or yourselves to get into a routine, but I highly recommend that by the 3-month mark you have a set wake up time, the day nap sorted, and the night time. If you would like more information about how to structure your day, comment below and I'll definitely make a video about that. In regards to establishing a routine, I highly recommend having things for breakfast ready to go the night before. I used to stay up for an extra half an hour prepping breakfast just to help the morning start right, and so that the morning didn't start off stressful. I like to clean the kitchen before I go to bed at night as well, so that when I wake up, feel refreshed and there's not cleaning already for me to do. So you know that life as a mum is cleaning pretty much all the time. Establishing a routine, we highly recommend setting regular times for meals first, naps and bedtimes, and then adjust as needed. There's a lot of transitions with naps from 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, but we just need to go with the flow. But structuring that as best as we can from the start will help set you and your baby up for success. Tip number 2 is to prioritize self-care. Do things every day that make you happy, that make you feel good. For me, that was going to the gym. I went to the gym almost every day, at least 5 times a week, from when my daughter was about, I think, 3 or 4 months old. Mums need to make sure that they look after themselves. Can't pour from an empty cup. We've all heard that before, but you really do need to look after yourself first. Tip number 3 is to build a support network. It is so important that we are still socializing and helping our baby to socialize as well. I highly recommend finding a group of mums who have babies or baby similar age to yours. It is really great to be able to bounce ideas and questions off each other and to help encourage and support each other when needed. Tip number 4 is to embrace the learning process. Be kind with yourself and be kind with your baby. You are learning. This is the first time you are doing this, and even when it's your second time, every baby's different. I haven't reached the second time yet, but I'm sure that when I do, it'll be a total different learning experience. So be patient with yourself, be patient with your baby, and ask for help if you need it. Speak to those around you. Number 5 is to stay organized as you can. I like to plan my week, especially meals. I find meals can be quite stressful if I haven't thought ahead of time, and then sometimes baby's asleep, you can't get to the shops, you don't have the ingredients, and then trying to find food and something for yourself and your baby to eat can be really stressful. So I highly recommend doing that, maybe doing online Woolworths or Coles orders, and they can also deliver to your house, which I find very useful. This leads me straight into tip 6, which is to meal prep and plan your food. Part of meal prepping that I love is that you make it in one batch and it lasts you more than just one meal. So whenever I would make a dinner, I would always make sure that I at least doubled the portion so that it meant I didn't have to cook the next day. Or then I would put it in the freezer and save it for a rainy day. And trust me, those rainy days do come. Tip number 7 is to keep open communication with your partner. Share the way that you're feeling, invite them to share the way that they're feeling. It can be really scary and confusing at times whilst you're adjusting to being a parent, and that can be felt by the mum and the dad. Everyone in the situation has valid feelings, but we should be given the chance to share those with our partner. Tip number 8 is to be flexible. Don't lock things too far in advance because routines can change. Babies can go through teething and waking up through the night and not sleeping, and lots of things that go on. But life with a baby can be unpredictable, so it's important to adapt and to go with the flow as much as possible. Be prepared to adjust your plans when needed. Tip number 9 is to capture the memories. Whilst our phones are great and taking videos is great, I highly recommend getting a Polaroid camera. I've used this so much since my little one was born, so much more than I thought I would. I just don't find the time in my days, weeks and months to go and actually print photos. So having the Polaroid camera allows me to capture moments right when they happen, and I get to keep these for forever. They're really precious moments. Another hot tip is to write the date on the back so that in a couple of years' time, when you're sharing it back with your baby and other family members, you know exactly when the photos were taken. Tip number 10 is to trust your instincts. You know your baby better than anyone else does, and you also want your baby to be the best they can be more than anyone else. Trust your instincts, make decisions that you need to make even if they're hard decisions, and remember that you're doing a really great job. It isn't easy. There you have it, our top 10 life-changing tips for young mums. We hope that these tips really help you. Even if only one of them spoke to you, please comment below which one your favorite tip was, or comment any other tips that you recommend to other young mums. I would love to learn. I'm here to share, but I'm also here to learn from you. I really hope that you found something of value in this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment any future videos that you would like me to make. See you next time.